It's in 5 states. They don't know if it's a virus or a microbe. They don't know, but it's spreading.
You need to...
No, people are killing.
You need to spend less time online, okay? The authorities would tell us.
Hi, I'm Robert Kirkman. Welcome to the set of Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead is an entirely new, original concept created by Robert Kirkman and our showrunner, Dave Erickson.
The audience coming to the show, because there are so many diehard fans, you expect a certain thing in The Walking Dead. We want to give that sense and then pull the rug out from under them.
I think the coolest thing about this show is that it tells its own story. You don't need to have watched The Walking Dead to understand Fear the Walking Dead.
This is a new and exciting twist. We're in Los Angeles.
So it's got a completely different vibe, a completely different feel.
As far as the timeline goes, we're pushing things back. We're going to be dealing with the initial start of the outbreak.
There's so much more story by way of the zombie world that has to come. And it's incredibly dynamic, it's incredibly action-driven.
We've worked very, very hard to give it its own identity, but keep it true to the Walking Dead world that we've created.
This is going to be a very cool show.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So a bunch of new stuff from Fear the Walking Dead. So this is going to be a breakdown of the new footage as well as what's going on with the series. There's still a bunch of questions that they haven't answered yet. I've also got a really cool announcement that I'll do at the end of the video. So here we go. So apparently there's no big thing to worry about. No Walker virus that's going to take over the entire world. Everybody just chill out for about 6 months till the Walker shit hits the fan. Somebody be sure to check and make sure that Rick's door's still locked in that hospital. The person we see in the trailer, she's one of the main stars. That's Kim Dickens. You've probably seen her in at least something before. She shows up all over the place. She was on Sons of Anarchy. She was in House of Cards. I'd say of all the cast members that they've announced for the show, she's the one that's made me most excited. This first season is going to be the descent into madness. So in the timeline of the main show, I would say this is sometime, maybe a month or two before Rick goes into a coma. Robert Kirkman's always kind of fuzzy about exact dates, but generally speaking, this takes place while Rick is in a coma. Remember, he got shot, went to the hospital when everything was still fine. Or I should say, before everyone knew that something was bad, because the virus spread over the world almost instantaneously. I would say that definitely started before he went into the coma. It's just that people didn't start noticing it because you don't turn into a walker unless you die. It's like the snowball effect, where one walker makes 2 walkers, those 2 make 4 walkers, and so on and so on. So all the people you'll meet in episode 1 will be in complete denial. The kid that we saw running in the last promo, we didn't see what he was running from. That's this character's son. She, along with Cliff Curtis, are like the 2 main leads. They both have families of their own, and they kind of band together as the shit hits the fan. And if any of the other promos haven't made it clear, this is taking place in Los Angeles. The people are here are already kind of like walkers, so it fits really well. Just a bunch of really rich zombies just shuffling around Beverly Hills. I feel like this kid is going to end up being the Lisa Simpson of the series, like the smart person that nobody listens to. That's the curse of being smart in a post-apocalyptic world. It's like the smarter you are, the less people will listen to you. But you can't be too hard on him. You remember what Carol was like before the apocalypse. Now Melissa McBride just won a Saturn Award for the 2nd year in a row for her portrayal of Carol. A lot of you have been asking, what does this have to do with the comics? Robert Kirkman said that they created this to be something separate from the comics. The main series is adapted directly from the comics. They take stories directly from the comics and turn them into scripts. Well, for the most part. It's an adaptation, so they have to change things to fit with the cast that they have. The spin-off series is going to be just a completely different group of characters than we've seen in the comics. There are just so many other stories that you can tell in the Walking Dead universe, but we've been so localized to Georgia that it's okay, we want to get over to the other side of the United States. They'll encounter some of the same challenges, just make completely different choices. It's like choose your own adventure with walkers. The really important stuff though, they've only said that it's going to premiere in August. They haven't said a specific date yet, which was kind of mysterious. Usually they say it's going to air on X day. It's either going to be the 23rd or the 30th. They're going to air all 6 episodes in season 1. That's right, it only has 6 episodes. And then the week after that, they'll air season 6, episode 1. Or, maybe the same week. It depends on how they're going to time it. They might take a break somewhere in the middle, or they might air them consecutively. Essentially, they're going to be marketing the shit out of the spin-off series, and they want to dovetail that with the main series. Season 6 isn't going to premiere till that 2nd week in October. It's going to be the same week it is every year. It's always that 2nd Sunday. But if you remember way back, there were only 6 episodes of the main series in season 1. That was just because they wanted to see how the show was going to do. It's so expensive to produce that they didn't want to buy like 20 episodes and have it tank. Obviously that didn't happen. It became super popular. It's more popular. It gets higher ratings than Game of Thrones, to give you a perspective. They have listed a 2nd season of the spin-off show, but I don't know that that's confirmed yet. But if they do renew it, then it would probably get a full series order, so we would get 16 episodes of that too, or at least 13. The Walking Dead is an exception amongst other AMC shows in that it gives a couple extra episodes per season just because it's so profitable for them. Robert Kirkman said that the general idea is that the timeline of the spin-off series would catch up with the main show, but this first season is going to tell the story of the outbreak. So by episode 6, we will definitely see a ton of walkers chasing people down, but they won't be quite as decomposed as the walkers of the main show, because remember, just a whole lot more time has passed. That's always the big question that people have. It's like, how come there's so many walkers still walking around if they're not eating anybody? It's not like they gain mass when they eat people. Logically, eventually their organic tissues would just break down until they were just pure skeletons and they just crumpled into a pile of bones. Maybe we'll see that when we get to Walking Dead season 17. Everyone's always wondering, how many seasons The Walking Dead is going to go. That's also part of the reason for the spin-off series, because it's like they can get maybe like 5 or 6 seasons at least out of that, probably 7. But the main show is going to be too expensive to produce by the time it gets past season 10. And I have no idea if it's going to go that long. I think AMC is going to do everything they can to keep it around, but a lot of that will fall on Robert Kirkman and the producers, if they think they can keep writing fresh stories. If it's any indication, Robert Kirkman has said that he won't stop writing the comic book till people stop buying it, which is never. So that means that the TV show will have stories to adapt indefinitely. But I'm really excited for it to come back. There's not a lot of dramas that match the level of Game of Thrones WTF. Usually I try to have like a couple shows to balance out my week, shows that are a little bit lighter, a little bit funnier. Then you have like the crazier stuff like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. You get the whole spectrum of WTF. Really, it's the task of this spin-off series to be just as thrilling as The Walking Dead without going straight to walkers. Although I don't think they would have pitched the series if there wasn't going to be a walker, like something identifiable as The Walking Dead by the end of that first episode. Here's my big question for you guys. Do you think that they're going to have like a child, like a little girl walker like they did in the first episode of the Walking Dead series where Andrew Lincoln goes up and he ends up having to kill that little girl? Kim Dickens just sees like some little girl in the middle of the road and she has to run over her with her car or something crazy. What's going to happen at Comic-Con is they're bringing both shows. They're doing like a 2-hour panel. I don't know what kind of footage they're going to air. Whatever it is, I'll do a video for it. I'll also post the panels, so we'll all be good. The way the schedule is breaking down at Comic-Con right now, it seems like it's going to be a lighter year than last year. There are just like a couple big film companies like Marvel, Paramount, Sony that aren't going. There are a couple big TV panels that aren't happening because shows haven't started shooting new footage yet, so there aren't a lot of trailers to be shown. Somehow I think I'm going to wind up standing in a bunch of lines anyway though. If you've never been to Comic-Con, it's a lot of standing in line, but it is still a lot of fun. It's kind of like being a walker. You got to like experience the herd at least once in your life. But Comic-Con in general can be kind of a shit show if you're not prepared for it. So what's going to happen is because there's a bunch of other Walking Dead Season 6 stuff, I'm going to do a separate video for that. I'll post it next on Saturday. There were a couple other videos that I announced in the Supergirl trailer I just posted. If you haven't seen that, just watch that, and it explains some of the next videos that I'm going to be working on. And I've also been posting to my game channel recently too. So if you don't know about the game channel, there's a link for that in the description. So big announcement, after we get through Comic-Con, I'm going to be working with Skybound to try and find something really cool to do with you guys. It might be a giveaway, it might be something else. As long as there aren't any contracts that prevent me from telling you guys about it ahead of time, I will be sure to keep you guys updated. I'm also actually trying to do the same thing for Game of Thrones, although HBO doesn't handle all the merchandising for Song of Ice and Fire. Like Random House does the books, there's a bunch of stuff. So hopefully the giveaways that I do every week will start getting cooler and cooler. That's definitely the goal. What good is a giant YouTube channel if you can't give a bunch of really awesome free shit away? So don't forget, new Walking Dead Season 6 stuff coming next. That'll be Saturday morning, depending on where you guys live. I'm Pacific time. While you guys wait for that, you can click here for the last Walking Dead trailer, and you can click here for my Game of Thrones Q&A from this week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tomorrow.